How did I know? I had to fix 3 flat tires to go for a ride, so. All right, maybe you won't get so much road noise with that mic. I thought so, Ma. I thought that might fix it. I was going to bring out the microphones, but I thought that was overkill. Colleen, welcome in. I might be getting a little reverb. I'll have to lean back. All right, it is free to double tap the screen. What up, Oopie? Oopie Goopie. Yeah, 70 degrees. It was like 50 last night. It's cold in my house. I had the butters and a wool blanket. Car guy, hello. Raining and windy. Well, it is Oregon. I am in one of those locations that gets quite a lot of rainfall as well, just being an hour from the coast. But yeah, 3 tires. I had a front and back tire on this one went flat. And then I had the rear tire on the other bike go flat. All right, we're going to zip through campus, guys. Enjoy the ride. Thanks for hanging out. I am doing no pedaling. I've just got it on. I'm not even pushing the throttle. Cruise control. I've got it on cruise control. And if you've been here before, you recognize this spot. Looks like they're putting something new on top of the tower. Sausage Eiffel Tower, yeah. All right, we're going to get a little sip of water. Sip of water. We'll zip through. You're decorating for Christmas. All right. I've got some of the super old school Christmas lights I'm going to put out this year. I say put out this year. I just took them down. I got to get bulbs. Half the bulbs. The bulbs are 40 years old or something, so. But I have one little Christmas box. I'll get it out. Christmas train my mom gave me. The old school Christmas lights. All right, I did leave the. You're talking about the water tower? Yeah, no, they're not decorating that thing. They're definitely putting something up there. In fact, one of the concerns that I have is we've got all of this new tower technology, and in a lot of places, the tallest place in town is sometimes. Which one's me? This one. They have all those towers up top, right? Like these are all 5G, 4G towers, and it's right next to our water supply. I don't know. All right, that's as zoomed out as I can get. You're not doing Christmas. Okay. Kwanzaa it is, girl. Let's do it. Let's mix it up. We'll do Hanukkah next year. I always end up holding either singles Thanksgiving or singles Christmas at my house for all the people that can't go home. Foreign exchange students, stuff like that. Didn't even see the speed bump. Caleb, Waffle House. Oh, I left my card at the house, or we might get Waffle House. Let's go up here and look at in the dumpster. This is the Industrial Arts Building, so we found some cool stuff over the years in this dumpster. Oh, there's some casters. All right, let's take a look. If there's anything too big, we'll come back with the car. Let's see. We've got some pallets somebody broke apart. No idea what those are. Some drainage pipes. This is what I'm interested in. These casters. There's 4 of them on there. Oh, they're destroyed. 2 of them are destroyed. That's a plate stacker. These are $100 casters. Let's go look at these. This is where I got my motorcycle cover. Oh, you guys want to see? Let's see what we got here in the dumpster. Look at a chair. These are for holding plates in a restaurant. But these casters right here, if it had, that one's busted. These right here are heavy duty. I mean, they're like 1,000+ pounds. Uh-oh. I did find a gem. We're going to have to dig for it. Are we ready to dig for it? Oh, man. All right, hang tight. Because there's a trash can holder down at the bottom. Let's see if I can get to it. Bruh. We'll just put that anywhere. Let's see if I can pick this bad boy up. Of course. I'm going to end up in the dumpster. I don't even care. It's greasy as crap. Whatever. Score, that thing's worth $40. I'm going to have to clean it. I'm filthy now. Yuck. Well, let's see what we got. So I have the trash can that fits this. Nice. See if the casters work. Nope. 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 All right, going back in the dumpster. $35 for the casters to go on there. Now I got to wash something fierce. All right, let's go find a place with running water. Oh, wait. We were just by the bathrooms. Let's ride back over there. That would have been nice. Roll that trash can around. All right. Yeah, so when they move out of here, they throw everything out of the dorms. And a lot of people just throw away furniture and stuff. That's where Butter's got her futon. She has her own futon. All right. Hand wash, and then we'll go zip through campus. What'd you do today? Climbed around in a dumpster. Yeah, look. Blech. Of course they're not open. You gotta be kidding, right? They're all locked. Women's unlocked? It is. The men's room's locked. All right, let's go. Clean hands. Caleb, I always go to lunch with my friends on Thursday, and guess 2 Thursdays ago, I picked I picked the Waffle House. I don't usually put it on camera, but yeah, the Waffle House is pretty nice. And one of my meat puppets is a double jalapeno, double cheese. Yeah, I can see that. One of the meat puppets is a cook there, and he never recognized me because I always pick him up at the end of the night from the bar. Farmer John, yeah, I'm rocking it out today, and you missed the dumpster diving, buddy. You can't be dumpster diving in nice clothes, you know? Why am I so hiccuping? I didn't even eat anything. Yeah, we're in Beijing today. Actually, I'm teasing a friend of mine when it asked me the location. I said, Appleton, Wisconsin. Thought that was funny. That's where he lives. Or we might wait on the light, but we might not. Yeah, might not. Andy, just get one, buddy. They're not expensive. You get this one for like $1,000 right now. The batteries were $700 all day long. There's a ton of different ones you can get e-bike wise. I run into a lot of guys who say that they have problems with their balance. They used to be bikers and stuff. I suggest like the e-trike. But look how popular we're coming. Too far behind on the bills. Just got to quit spending. Oh, speaking of not spending, from Black Friday to the 1st of December, don't spend any money if you can manage it. I mean, pay your bills, but just don't spend any money. All right, that was it. It's funny that you say that. I think this one does, Envy. I have rear treaded on this. So the front one is it's smoothie, right? It's a smoothie. This is a street tire for sure. The traction tire, I did go with the treaded tire, but I've got like 600 miles on this tire. It's starting to go smooth. But yeah, the knobby tire in the back helps. But as a kid, I remember I would always put the knobby tire in the front just so I could not lose traction, have the front end come out in some wet grass or something. And this front one, I used I took one of the old tires and I cut the rim out of it, the rubber piece out of it. And then I'm using it as a liner on the inside of this one. Honestly, if I was going to do it all again and I was using it strictly downtown, no off road, I'd go with like a 26-inch bike. This one's got the fat tires on it, and they're fine. But if you have to pedal it, it's a lot more surface area to the ground. Anybody recognize this spot in front of us? This is our magic spot right here, guys. This is our magic spot right there. It's where we always end up parked. All right, well, I've got you here. Which one has the better uh, or is it this one? Which one? Man, this one's seeming glitchy on my screen. We're literally chasing ambulances for you today, Indy. Well, that sucks, but yeah, free food. Can't complain about that. I didn't even bring my wallet. I was gonna get something while I was out. Dum da dum dum. This car behind me thinks I'm gonna hold up traffic. I love it. Yeah, and honey baked ham's not so bad. Wee woo, wee woos. Gonna call the wee woos. Yeah, only one time did I ever end up with free food. And it was some nasty coffee from Starbucks and a strudel I didn't really care about. Yeah, giant catering order. There you go, buddy. You're gonna have to find some people to sell it to. How many pounds of ham are we talking? I've been watching Beard Meats Food. I've seen that guy put down like 7 pounds of pasta. Just makes me wonder. $20 lunches, geez, dude. Yeah, go give them to the homeless shelter, Indy. Keep like 5 or 6. Tell them you need a receipt. Write it off. Harry's, welcome in. 1K subs, yes, indeed. Thank you, sir. I watched you guys in San Antonio. I was so jealous. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it at some point. The train stops there. The last time I went, I met up with a gaming friend. So dinner for the house. How many you got in your house, Andy? Jeez. What up, puppy? Puppy in a box. Yeah, I wanted you guys to meet up in a park and then order a bunch of Uber Eats. I thought that'd be hilarious. All right, here we go. We're gonna get a free show for now. Right this second. Oh, what's up, guys? Oh, we got the Peacock today too. Let me see if I can get a good zoom. I think the other phone has a better zoom. What up, guys? And Colleen hit her 1,000 subs too. Congratulations to her as well. What up, flamingos? They're much brighter than they appear. They're giving each other the business. Oh, the peacock. Can I get the peacock? He's in the background right there. It's hard to see him. And those poor flamingos, they used to have front row, or they were the first thing you saw when you came in. And now they've been moved over here during some renovations. So, as you can see. All right, let's go for a ride, y'all. Always get the flamingos. Ooh, we can go see the giraffe. Go see the giraffe. You want to go see the giraffe, Mom? I'll make it happen for you. Just right around the corner anyway. Seems like there's a bunch of school groups here. Ma Duke, she's always lingering. She definitely has all notifications set. All right, here's the train ride going on next to us. Let's go pull up next to it. Past the train. They're not outside, guys. The giraffes aren't outside today. We'll sit here and wait for the train to go by, though. Yeah, I would eat the ham and chicken salad ones first. Don't leave them in your car too long. Sounds delicious, though. Come on, where's our train? We're waiting on a train. Kelly, welcome in. We're out riding. We're looking for giraffes, but We couldn't find them on safari today. Here comes a train, though. Miniature train. Grace is one of them. Grace and Alberta. Didn't catch the first name of the third giraffe, but cool. All right, here comes some guy on a scooter going too fast. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I decided I would do the dual live streams. This is much easier than trying to stare at my stuff all the time. That way I can read the chat down here. You guys still get the view up here. I'm feeling lunch. Need some lunch soon. Everybody out hustling today? I have my buddy doing Spark. I told him if he got anything close to the house to come scoop me up. But I am. Oh, they're letting them out. They're letting them out. What? Giraffes. What's up, buddy? How are you? He's giving me the eyeballs. He's staring right at me. What up? So there's a feeding station right in front of me. And I think that's why he's looking over here, because they get treats from this area. Hi. I'm waving like crazy. Hey. What's up, buddy? Amazon Flex. We have a small one here in town. I have considered it, Aries, with the delivery bike. I don't know if I necessarily want to do it on the. Yeah, somebody timestamped this 38 minutes for uh, sweets. I'd be happy to do the small ones. The other one that I looked at, Aries, was it was medical delivery. So basically, from a pharmacy into the hospital, and the hospital is there's only two in town, and they're like not far from each other, and so one of them's like right across the street from the pharmacy. So it said the majority of the deliveries would be just walking across into the hospital, and I thought what a sweet gig that was. I know I don't have any treats, buddy, but it's good to see you. The other one is if you want to get even more certifications in the delivery world, you can get one to do a medical, like you could transport organs and stuff. Pays really well, and I just thought it would be nice to do. You could do some of those where they pay for your travel expenses overseas, different areas and stuff. But he's showing his ass. Why? Come on, buddy. He's like, no treats for me. You look at the butt. So yeah, but a good free way to travel because they're going to pay for your return trip. I know. He's pointing at me. What do you want me to do? The patterns look so unreal. Like, how does how does nature come up with that pattern? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there's three of them. Only two of them decided to come outside. The other one's inside where it's warm. All right, I'm sure half the town is driven by now. Like this guy's just standing there holding the camera to the giraffes for free. I wonder if you're Gracie. Gracie, which one's Gracie? Oh, you're Gracie. Hi, Gracie. I heard my name. What up, Gracie? Look how tall the watering dish. That thing's like 6 feet off the ground. Fran Dash Phoenix. Welcome in, Fran. Don't forget the timestamp for Candy. Oh, he's going back in. He's had enough today. 35 marks, or so she can get her giraffes in. And this guy's just giving us the ass. He's giving us giraffe got back. Yeah. High insurance on it. Yeah, I understand. All right, we are going to go for a ride, guys. Can't stand here all day. Let me zoom you back out, though. Otherwise, that's going to get nauseating. See you later, Gracie. Are you Gracie? Yes. Yeah, I love the idea of courier service because I can go all the way across the world and show up someplace right on time. And so somebody wants to pay me for that. Like, hell yeah. $10 DoorDash bag. 31. Yeah, for pizzas. I'm trying to remember what I have for pizzas. It's been so long since I did a food delivery. But the other bike is up and running now. But they banned my bike account. So we're going too fast. Oh, we could come by for the South American experience at 11 o'clock and hang out with the capybaras. Capybaras. I did, Ari. So in fact, during the 2020, when we got the lockdown in 2020, I was going stir crazy around the house, and I was like, man, I should go get a delivery job or something. And then I was like, I want to get a new motorcycle, a smaller motorcycle for the gas prices and all that stuff. And so I was looking at a little Honda motorcycle. I've got a big motorcycle, but I would never. It gets worse mileage than my Honda Civic got. Like that motorcycle drinks the gas, 1600 cc's. So I was going to get a little motorcycle, and I was looking at a Honda Grom, or there were a couple other small Hondas, and then I started following a guy in LA named Yogi Steve, and he was doing deliveries. He does deliveries downtown LA on a high-speed scooter. He wears like helmet, the whole 9 yards. And I was like, well, scooter's not going to really work here. And so I was like, the Navi. I actually looked at the Navi as well, which is it's basically a scooter that's pretending to be a tiny dirt bike. Is what it looks like, a little enduro bike. And so it was actually one of the cheapest things out there. $1,800 was the cheapest production Honda in 20 years. And so the Navi, I was like, okay, I'm going to just go to the Honda place and order this Navi. So I went, and the guy was like, well, blah, blah, blah. It's going to take forever to come in. And I said, that's fine. Just take the deposit. And he said, well, no, I don't want to take your deposit because then it's going to take forever and you're going to call me. And I said, I promise, dude, I'm not going to call you at all. I said, just order it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to order it. I said, well, how about if I just pay for the whole thing in full? I'll just pay for it in full. And it was stupid because it went from 1,800 to like almost 2,600 for taxes, tag, and title. There was no, all you did was put the front tire on it. And so I was like, that's a little steep on the markup, but whatever. I was willing to pay for it, but he wouldn't even take the payment. And so I started looking at e-bikes, and that's when I ended up figuring out what was legal, what wasn't legal. And then so when I got it, I got right at the limit, 750 watts, and as big a battery as I could afford, and a cargo bike, so I could haul as much weight. Like this thing will do like 450 pounds. Hero, welcome in, buddy. And so yeah, I did food on it for a while, and then one night there was one that was about 5 miles away, and I went faster than they thought an e-bike should go, but I did modify this one to go 35 plus. That's the one that I'm riding on now. And so I think I did about like 75 or 100 deliveries on it, and then they were like, you're a car, you can't be going that fast. And they shut off my account, at which point I was like already hooked on doing food deliveries again. So then I just signed up the electric car. the hybrid, the HEV, and did food delivery in it for a while, but it, it wasn't that great. And so I started doing the ride share. So yeah, long answer was what I just said, and the short answer is yes, I've done it on the bike, and that's how I paid for a bunch of college degrees, was managing a national pizza chain. So that was a good time. So I know every street in this town. So, and when I would see the orders, I would know whether or not I could make it on the bike, or if it was on roads that I wanted to even attempt to ride the bike on. But the city passed a thing here where golf carts are now legal on any road that's under 35 miles an hour, which there's only like two main roads that run through town that are 35. And so you just can't run it on the main two crossroads of town, but every cross street you can run it. And I've considered doing that, looking at a little electric golf cart, pimped out golf cart, but why? I'm already doing it with the HEV, and I got the electric bike. So anyway, I'll give you a look at the bike too. Roy, welcome in. Man, it's like celebrity meltdown in here today, guys. And the flags are at half mast. Does anybody know what happened? Yeah, talk about cost effective, dude. I mean, I pay no insurance for a bike, and when I put it next to a Navi, the Honda Navi, the Navi handlebars were like down here, right? And I'm a 6 foot dude. I'm over 6 feet tall. So you put me on one of those little tiny bikes, and the Navi seat was like this low. So I was basically going to be sitting on the thing with my knees next to my ears, which didn't seem good. But this is a giant ass battery, 20 amp hour. I got something with pedals. The Surons don't have pedals, but they get harassed all the time and confiscated. So, but this is the fast one. I took the original, or I have two of these, and I need to do the final video for this bike, but I have two of them. They sent me one, and it was stupid fast, and they knew that I was doing a YouTube channel, so they sent me one that was stupid fast, and then they had a recall because some of them were snapping. This not on. I mean, you put 50 pounds on a bicycle, and this is the only thing you got, and it's bouncing down the road. You're going to have fatigue with the aluminum. So they ended up adding this reinforcement here. They turned these into ovals instead of having a perfectly circle. They changed this up as well. So anyway, they sent me a replacement bike, and it wasn't nearly as fast as the first bike. So I took all the electronics off of it and put them onto this frame. And there's a $10,000 bounty on this frame. If you can break this frame, they'll give you 10K. So, but anyway, the other one is the one that stuck out as the delivery bike. It's got a big pad on the back of it for hauling stuff, and I made it very reflective all over. So the UPS plane crash in Louisville, I saw that. It was horrible. So, but the other one, it has not failed. You know, they were like, "Oh, it's gonna fail." I'm like, I'm a light dude. You know, I'm $150, and that thing's rated at 450. And so I just kept the other one around because they were like, "You're not supposed to ride them." I'm like, "Man, I'm going to go ride regardless." So I'm going to drive that other one until it snaps in half, and then I'm going to strip all of it off and use all the extra parts for this one when I need it. So, but yeah, they didn't send me a battery with the second bike. It's just the frame, the tires, and everything. So I have to switch back and forth. So my thing is now I need a little girlfriend, and I'll get her a battery, and we can both go riding and not have to pedal. So, but there's a fine line between girls who like to drive bicycles and biker chicks. I'm not sure. I don't want to be on either extreme. So, But the car, I mean, I still get 75, 80 miles out of it fully charged. And this thing right here, I need to do an endurance test. Between the two of them, I got like almost 12,000 miles on this battery, on this stupid battery. So, all right, speaking of, let's take it. We're going to go fast, guys. We're going to go fast. A couple of quick passes. I'm going to put it in the highest setting, and we're going to see what this battery still has in it. We've been riding around for about 40 minutes. We're going to do a high-speed run, and then I'm going to dip and go make my lunch, which I was going to get while I was out, but forgot. All right, here we go. This bike only shows kilometers per hour, so. No pedaling. No, if I'm going to store it, I'll store it at about 85%. But when I'm going to go out for a ride, I do like to have it at 100%. And the difference between this one and the second bike was that this one truly unlocks the voltage, so it's going to go as fast as the battery's going to let it. But man, it drinks the battery. Now, the downside of this fast bike is that it will draw power into the point that it thinks it's over voltage, and it will shut off sometimes. So, get an e-bike and backpack for the bear to ride in. I have that trailer, and if I can get Butters to ride on it, it's game on. So that is the plan. But yeah, like this bike will drink the battery. 5-6 miles, high speed, and it's gone. The other bike, I can still get about 85 or 90 miles, even more if I pedal it. So, but yeah, there's some troubleshooting to be done with this bike, and I think that's going to be my final video on this thing. I mean, I'll still take us for rides or whatever, but this bike's 2 years old, so the model is on sale. They have a new version. All right. Anyway, we're just putzing around, guys. I know that car. I sold them that car. So funny. There was a lady in Atlanta I met on a dating website. We went out on like one date. She ended up taking me to the airport. I was going to Vegas and then LA. So we met, had one date, and then we just never hooked back up again after that. And then she called me months later and she's like, I got to get these broken cars down out of my road. Or out of my front yard that HOA had said something to her about it. And so I helped her get 2 cars running. It was really just airing up the tires and cleaning them, doing the charging the batteries. And she gave me one of those cars. She gave me a Mercury for helping her. It was nuts. So later on, I ended up selling it to somebody, I don't know, $2,000 or something. I probably spent 4 hours helping her, so I was like, man, that's a hell of a deal. But it was just funny because the only reason I recognized it's a blue Mercury, but it had a very specific tag on the front of it that said Southern. They didn't even take it off; they just left it on there. Anyway, crazy story. Crazy story. That lady was funny though. She had jungle gym set up in her house for her cats, like up on the wall and stuff. Trying to remember her name. All right, is that it, guys? Did we get enough of a ride today? I did tank this battery. I had to reset it. We were doing that full out, and it's really I abused the crap out of this battery. What is that tick? Oh, I'm in the wrong gear. All right, get to work, Aries. I'm gonna get out of here too. I'm gonna go make my lunch and play with the Butters, who's waiting outside, waiting on me. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, anytime. And I will get through San Antonio and Austin shortly, and I'll make sure everybody knows I'm coming. So, y'all too. I'm dipping. I love you guys. See you on the next one.